game is the culmination and the collision of two undefeated teams. Two teams that had defied the odds and come through this season unblemished. Now, each looking to take one final step and become a college football undefeated national champion. As we'll see the third seed in this playoff, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. Two teams enter, one team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. The returner is brought down. Gets us started on the next drive. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. They're going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And the quarterback dropping back.
As expected, this Alabama defense is laying the wood and living in the backfield of their opponent. Such upfield speed, it's dangerous.
They come to the line for a third and very long here on the opening drive. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a first down.
Well, I've always said I think this quarterback all year long has been able to be as consistent as any quarterback in the country. And when you get the third down, you've got to trust that he's going to make the right decision and throw an accurate ball to give you a chance at a first down. There's another example of it right there.
Quarterback looking to scramble. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Now it's second down here. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Second down after that previous play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Looking to set up a screen pass here. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
I love early in a game like this where you get the running back involved. You just get his hands on the football. Also, nice, easy stream. Gets the quarterback settled into the game. Nice, easy throw. And look at this. It ends up being a huge play.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looking to make a big play downfield. Oh, and it's dropped. A chance for a big play here in the early going, but some jitters on the part of that receiver.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
On 3rd and short, they hand the ball off. And he picks up the first down, tackled at the 32.
Well, if you're going to win a national championship, when you get to 3rd downs, you've got to find a way to convert. And here on this opening drive, it's exactly what this offense has been able to do. This time on the ground, keep those sticks moving.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Cunningham. Football comes out. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway.
Boy, the defense showing their team speed on that play, flying around that receiver. But he didn't do a good job of securing the football, and the ball comes out.
Heads up move by the head coach using that challenge. Officials will reverse the call on the field after taking a closer look. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Here comes a handoff. They stop him, but it's a 1st down.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm. Everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Fighting off the defender.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
They'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. So a long, methodical scoring drive. Great execution with championship pressure, Kirk.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Murray. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. 1st down here for this offense. He'll hand it off. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Chris, this is what I'd love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Went backwards on 1st down, so it's 2nd and long here from the 10. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. He's going for a big play downfield. The catch is made for a huge pickup. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. 1st down. They're going to throw the football. Defense is coming after him. Finding some room at the 25. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. The back's got it. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Tailback takes the handoff again. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time. So here we go, 3rd down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. So the scramble comes up short, and now this offense facing a 4th down play.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's 3rd down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
Alabama looking to convert on 4th down here. Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And this game is the culmination and the collision of 2 undefeated teams, 2 teams that had defied the odds and come through this season unblemished. Now, each looking to take one final step and become a college football undefeated national champion. As we'll see the number 3 seed in this playoff, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll run the option. Pitch play to the back. Bulldozing his way through those tackles. Tackled, but not before picking up big yards and a first down. Defense couldn't stop the option that time.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
Hand off to the single back. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
The gain makes it second and medium. And he drops back in the gun. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like, the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so second and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Trying to create here on the move. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line for a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Going for a big play downfield. And it's caught at the 10. The tackle is made, but the gain sets the offense up. First and goal from the 9.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments because right now, this quarterback is having his way with it.
Offense looking to throw the ball. Oh, that one's picked off. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
This just goes to show you everybody makes mistakes. This quarterback is looked and viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in the entire country. But even he makes a poor decision, puts the ball into coverage, and he throws an interception here early in the game.
Takes the ball and heads to the left. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. To the air, it's Weaver. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right, but that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Trying to create outside the pocket now. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And the TCU offense takes the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be...
On the junior, gets home making a sack there.
Well, another great play by an Alabama defensive lineman. And you just think about it over the years, probably the last 30 years, going all the way back to John Copeland on that 1992 Alabama defense. Most recently, guys like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Quentin Williams. Can always count on Bama having great defensive linemen and difference makers.
Receiver makes the catch. The completion picks up about 8 yards, but sets up a fourth down play now. And the Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. And he boots it out of bounds. Not very long. And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. Offense coming back onto the field. Last drive stalled, but we're forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Looking to throw. It's Weaver. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Touchdown, tied. Made the defense look slow that time. So they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He'll bring it out from his end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense is back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Cannot escape, and down he goes.
Chris, I think we're starting to see a theme here in this national championship, and to me it's this defensive pressure. I don't know if I thought that prior to this game, but now that we're watching it here in this first half, that's the second sack. They're getting after this quarterback in a big way today.
Looking to pass here on second down. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure, and now it brings up third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure worked.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. Third down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
And the fair catch is made, but there's a flag down. So let's sort that out. So the special teams mistake moves the offense up 15 yards. The offense starts with excellent field position. They'll run it to the right side. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. It's an out route. The catch made. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a 1st down.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. That's exactly what he did on that.
He's got some room. Can he get there? And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama.
Well, the defense is so caught up in stopping this passing game that they underestimate what this quarterback can do when he pulls it down and can take off. He takes this one all the way to the house.
Extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the game moves the ball to the 20-yard line. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. The sack in the play could not escape the pass rush.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Boy, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
I mean, it's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
And no chance for a return as the punt sails out of bounds. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. This group has been clicking. They really built momentum, and the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Extending the play now. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Dropping back, it's Weaver. The pass rush closing in. Spinning out of the tackle. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Well, the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football. Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or have to settle for 3? Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Really love the call here on third down to give the quarterback the option to either make the throw or pull it down and keep it himself to be able to pick up first down yardage.
The Tide offense line up here on 1st and goal. They'll run it here. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Attack on the PAT, and it's 21-0. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Offense takes the field now. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They bring him down after a short gain there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
That's a big first down for this offense, and it's not been a great day so far, but maybe this play can get them going. And keep this in mind, Chris, because they started the game with the possession, they will not get to start the second half on offense, so they need points right here.
Offense will set up on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. And they'll stop him short at the line to gain.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
And looking for a big play here. Oh, the pass is picked off. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
Play action here on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. The pass ball is incomplete on the scramble. That's good coverage.
Well, Chris, as you know, anymore in college football, these tight ends are essentially wide receivers. They move them all over the place and try to find a good matchup. And they had one. They're just unable to complete the pass.
Second down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. A pop pass on the jet sweep. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime. Critical third down play for this offense right here. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. He missed it. Field goal, no good. And the lead remains at 21 after the miss.
Well, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
And the TCU offense takes the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. Tried to squeeze one in there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Sideline route, but he's out of bounds before the first down marker.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
The Horned Frogs pick up enough yards to move the sticks.
Well, it's a great job here by this offensive line and the running back to be able to pick up the first down. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole here in this first half. The only way they can get back into this game is converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do, get a new set of downs and a chance to put points on the board.
And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Defense trying to jam these receivers at the line. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Man, this pass rush has gotten home so many times. As an offense, I know you're down, but you gotta try to mix it up. Maybe roll the quarterback out. Have your backs and tight ends chip at the line. Anything they can do, because what they've done up to this point, it's just not working.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Trying to get the throw off. And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. Going to bring up 2nd down.
Mobility can be a blessing or a curse for some quarterbacks. Sometimes they feel that they can make a play on every single opportunity because they have such speed. Instead of just getting down or throwing it away, they try to force the issue. This one almost backfires on him as he tried to squeeze that throw in. He's lucky he didn't throw an interception.
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Back to throw. It's Weaver. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. And that falls incomplete as time runs out in the first half of play. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it out to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will kick this deep to begin the second half. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They get the second half started with their running play.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They bring him down to the 32-yard line. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. Third and short, your goal should just be to keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
Back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Grab down the middle. It's Cunningham. That'll pick up a first down out at the 37. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Just gets it away. It's a deep ball. The pass is intercepted.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch made on the out route. Moves his way for a first down to the 35.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
Choosing to just throw the ball away that time. Second down play now coming up.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
It's a shotgun run call. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. The defense will wrap him up after about a 6-yard gain. Not enough for the first. It's fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the Horned Frogs offense takes the field now. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. He's picked for a third time tonight. He's got some room and some blockers here. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kirk.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
Tackled at the 23, brought it out and tried to make a play, but good coverage that time. Fresh set of downs for the offense, first down. Press coverage now from the secondary. Looking to throw it on first down. Looking to make a play deep downfield. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
All of this pressure and sacks are starting to impact this quarterback. You can sense that internal timer is sped up a bit more than usual.
Second down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back. It's a quick grab. Stiff arms the man. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Empty backfield. Offense spreading the field with 5 wide. Here comes a first down pass attempt. And he pulls in the catch. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Nicely run slant here by the wide receiver. The footwork created just enough separation for the catch.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Getting set. Here's second down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route, you prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
It's third down for the offense. Back to throw again. He's running out of time here. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. You've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Lets it go quickly. Finds his man, has the first down. And he's finally forced out of bounds inside the 10. Big play to set up a 1st and goal.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, TCU. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the 3rd quarter.
I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
The extra point is good, but still trail by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. Now they get set to kick it away. Bringing it out, it's Murray. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's when the offense will take over. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. Solid run, moves the ball out across the 20 to 21.
It's a good, solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Now here's the toss play. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. sets up a third down play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Makes a quick catch. Breaks loose at the 40. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, with the lead in the national championship in the second half, there are a lot of offensive coordinators around the country that would be more conservative, run the ball, keep the clock moving. I love the fact that this offensive coordinator takes a chance.
He cannot escape the defense with a sack. Alabama comes up with the line quickly.
Well, they give up a huge pass play, and they come back with a sack on the very next play. This defense was hoping to stop the bleeding, and they do so with that sack.
Brought down, but not before shaking off the first defender and picking up the first down.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes this defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
And the tackle is made on what's going to be the final play of this period.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score now 28, TCU 7.
A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Direct snap to the back. Just runs through a man. A mismatch. Tackled at the 5-yard line. Now it's first and goal right there.
Boy, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the fourth quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
Alabama's offense now lining up on first and goal. Handoff here from the shotgun. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1. Second down and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So, nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Snags the quick throw. And the defense swarms him. They've got him behind the line of scrimmage.
Obviously, you're going to throw the football on third down. But, man, they complete that pass and lose yardage to set up this big fourth down.
They'll pass up the chip shot field goal. They'll go for it on fourth and goal from the 4. They'll change the pre-snap look now. That's a design quarterback keeper. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Chris, how about this? The offensive coordinator decides to run the quarterback on a design run to try to catch the defense napping, but the defense was not having it at all. Waiting for that play to be run, comes up with a nice stop to get the ball back.
And the TCU offense takes the field. From the shadow of the goal line, looking to throw the ball. Short pass finds the tight end. They're finally able to stop it. The quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference. That completion makes it second and medium. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
So now it's third down inside their own 5. Tricky play here. You cannot take a sack, and you have to avoid a turnover. What's the call going to be? The sure hands. It's Cunningham. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Looks to the left, and it's complete. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
As quarterbacks, when you see man-to-man coverage, before the ball's even snapped, you're looking for a matchup you want to exploit and take advantage of. This time, he waits for the back to find that matchup with the linebacker, makes the throw, and picks up a first down.
And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away.
Chris, I think the pressure is taking a toll on this quarterback. You can just tell the pass rush is affecting his progressions and his willingness to throw it away.
So let's see what they like here on third and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down. Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. And the Horned Frogs pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling. Looking to throw again. Lets it fly to the wideout. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. Oh, and he fumbles.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce. That ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
And the pass is dropped. This would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway. And he breaks loose down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, tie. And the defense joins the party with a score.
Oh, it's your worst nightmare if you're a quarterback. They bring the blitz. He doesn't recognize it. Ball goes on the ground. Defense does a great job of picking this thing up. That's exactly what they hope for. Catch the quarterback off guard. It works out, and it gets him a touchdown.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16, but been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the TCU offense is back out on the field. The DB's right near the line now, showing press coverage. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
That's a much better job by this quarterback of working through his progressions. We've seen him earlier try to force some throws, trying to make a big play. This time, works through his progressions, checks it down into the flat, and picks up some positive yards.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
Caught over the middle. It's Cunningham. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the +40.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss. Just having one of those dream performances.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Receiver makes the grab. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
Man, and with that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. The pocket breaking down. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
Well, here we are in the national championship, and you always talk about offense. And it is. It's become an offensive game. But how fitting to see this defense. This team has a nice lead, and a large portion of that has to do with the way they've been able to get after this quarterback. That's the second sack in this game.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quick throw to the left. Caught near the goal line. He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas Christian. Lining up to try the extra point. PAT is good. They cut into the lead. It's 35-14. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Murray. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And your Alabama first and 10 will take over first and 10.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. This has been a tremendous performance by this team. Now just the finishing touches. Run out the clock and let the party begin. He's moving out of the pocket. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
An incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Weaver. Looking for the wideout. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big gain. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And here comes a deep shot. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Not much of a return, but the pick ends the scoring threat and sets the offense up at the 33.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance to get back into the game, and they've done it.
First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And the clock winding down, they'll take a deep shot. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself.
Continues to fight for yards. Brought down at the 28, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Another big game by this wide receiver. This guy has had a great year all season long. You knew coming into the national championship he'd have a shot to make a lot of big plays. But give credit to the offense coordinator, moving him around, allowing him to find space to do work.
Pass caught, 2nd down now. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Quick throw to the left side. Another pick. Wow, that's the 4th tonight. Not much on the return, but that's an important takeaway. Sets up the offense at the 34.
Oh, man, Chris, I really thought this offense had a chance to get back into this game. The only thing you'd hate to see is the interception. But give credit to the defense. They come up with a big play that potentially ices the game.
Handoff heading left. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. Offense right to the line, playing with tempo now. Heading left after the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Finding space at the 20. Good enough for first down yardage. And a timeout is taken with just 1 second remaining in the game. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And a timeout is taken with just 1 second remaining in the game. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And the offense will just take a knee. That's it. It's official. We have our national champions. Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, Kirk, but they looked pretty good out there today in a very satisfying W.
I think this group has a chance to do some